Recycling bins are now more common than ever. Anywhere you may go in Singapore, you will be able to find one of them lying around. Even in NTU, these bins can also be found in most halls and open spaces.
That's right. In fact, do you know that you don't even have to separate the recyclables as they will be sorted out centrally? However, many of us still do not know the importance of recycling right.
Yes, in fact, only 60% of what is being found in the bin are being recycled. And one of the main causes is due to contamination of the recyclables in the bin itself. A few biggest contaminants include food, liquid, and aerosol residues. Hello everyone, my name is Simi.
And I'm Jinjie, and we are here to show you the importance of proper recycling. Now, let's take a look at how these two NTU students practice their recycling.
Okay. So you know what's the stationary and the critical point, right?
Oh, so just like that only?
Yeah, it's very easy one.
Okay, fine, understand.
Yeah.
Then, you want eat lunch? I'm hungry.
Now what time?
1
o'clock.
o'clock.
Okay lah.
Let's go.
But very easy.
Then I
Go and
talk
buy.
for you.
Okay, okay.
What do you want?
菜饭
菜饭.
but 不要菜 all 肉
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
One eternity later.
Key, got food, let's
Okay.
eat.
Good.
Come. Very hungry.
I pay later.
Okay. Yeah.
One eternity later.
Okay.
How much for it?
Huh?
Buy it.
Okay, okay lah. Go where?
Outside got recycling bin.
This one?
Plastic what? Can just...
Okay lah. Okay lah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Some of you might think that there's nothing wrong with their actions or might be even doing the same thing just like them. Now, let us share with you the effects of contamination in this bin.
Yes, firstly, cost. Extra cost will be accepted to remove the contaminants. However, in some cases, even the extra cost cannot solve the problem. Food and liquids that are placed in the recycle bins will eventually saturate tons and tons of food, papers and cupboards, which they come into contact with, rendering them into normal trash.
Exactly. These contaminated recyclables will eventually end up in landfills, causing inefficiency in recycling. Apart from the effects contamination has on recyclables, it also creates an unsafe working environment for workers. So if you had the intention to recycle, why not do it right?
Yeah, so everyone, please do think twice before you throw anything into the recycle bins. Now, let Ikam and Isaac take us on site to check out what can be found inside a typical recycle bins in NTU.
See, I'll never go my way, but I will someday, never far away. See, I'll never go my way, better on my stay, never far away.
Hi, I'm Isaac,
And I'm Ikam.
and today we'll be going on this treasure hunt to see what is actually thrown inside NTU recycling bins.
We will be rummaging through these recycling bins so that you don't have to. Let's see what kind of treasure we can find inside.
Firstly, let's see what's inside the paper recycling bin. Tissue paper with snot, chopsticks. I know that paper comes from wood, but no. Next, let's see what's inside the metal recycling bin. This is a good example. However, there are some leftovers inside.
Alright, now we'll be looking at what is inside the plastic recycling bin. Oh, look. It's a plastic bag with a plastic food container, which is correct to be placed in a plastic recycling bin. However, as you can see, this food container is really dirty, which means that it is contaminated and therefore cannot be recycled. And that is why it belongs to the general waste bin. Now, what are the correct things that we can actually place in the recycling bins?
So, in order for us to know the proper techniques to ensure that we recycle right, we need to know what can or cannot be placed in these bins. First thing first, what we can place in these bins are newspapers, plastic bottles, glass bottles, metal cans, and even metal cardboards.
What we cannot place in the recycle bins are bottle caps, electronic gadgets, shoes, old soft toys, broken goods, styrofoam cups, and containers. Here are some do's and don'ts that you should take note before you recycle your items. Newspaper should be in tight bundles, while metal cans and plastic bottles or containers should be rinsed with water and dried before disposing. You should use a bag or box to store your recyclables and dispose them into recycle bins.
However, do take note of the following too. If the recyclables are contaminated by food or liquid, for example, wet cardboard or stained clothing, they should not be placed in the recycling bin as they are no different from general waste. Remember the two students earlier? This is how they should have recycled.
Let me throw it, help me buy it.
Huh? Okay lah. But this one throw away ah.
Outside got recycling bin what?
But this one we eat already.
Never mind ah.
But shouldn't throw in the recycling bin like that.
Then you just give it a rinse, then you can just throw it inside the
Okay
recycling
lah.
bin.
Go wash off.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey.
We should not treat our recycle bins like general trash bins by dumping general waste into it and causing it to be contaminated. If we can reduce the contamination and recycle more efficiently, we will produce less waste and more materials can be saved for future purposes.
It's common for us to think that by recycling we are sparing our planet. But in fact, we are actually sparing ourselves from all the environmental issues which will eventually impact our livelihood. So now, let us all do our part and start recycling right.